Hello friend, today I'm going to show you and tell you a little bit about how to defeat the Revenant Dragon in the game Dragon Age the Veilguard. I must say that I played this game as a mage, so this guide will be useful only for mages, because the main factor of victory is a properly formed build. In this video, you will see the Revenant Dragon boss fight. I beat this boss the first time. In this video, I'll show you how I did it, and if you're interested in the same result, you should watch my video where I talk about my build in detail. I will leave a link in the video description. Also, the link now appears in the upper right corner. I just don't want to repeat what has already been done. Really watch the video with this build, and everything will become clear to you. In short, my build allows you to use your character's skills almost continuously. Watch the video to see how epic it looks. A special advantage of this build is that by using health drain from the enemy, you replenish your health, and at the same time, you are absolutely immune to any damage. Also, part of your damage is converted into your health. That's why it's so effective. But of course, even this huge relief did not make the battle with Revenant Dragon easy. Maybe it would have been easier if I had lost the first battle and gone looking for the weaknesses of the Revenant Dragon. But I didn't need to do that. If you use my build, you won't need it either. So, let's get back to the battle. It has already begun. Of course, at the beginning, you have to destroy all the piles of corruption around the boss. An interesting part of the battle. At first it seemed that I would get Revenant Essence from Revenant Dragon easily, especially when the Revenant Dragon was frozen in place and did not move. Throw all your skills at the Revenant Dragon and victory is within reach. But it's not that easy. Boss fight with Revenant Dragon was not so easy. Despite the fact that my build allows me to replenish my health at the expense of my own damage, I need to dodge the attacks of the Revenant Dragon in time. It usually starts its attack from a distance, so it's easy to jump to the side. I also picked up companions for the battle that allowed me to create combos in the attack for increased damage. I used Emmerich Volcarin because I like his damage output and his ability to restore my health when needed. I chose Tash as my second companion. I used her to create a combo attack whenever possible. Revenant Dragon is a strong opponent. It uses 3 different elements, so it's hard to counter it in a normal build. In addition, I relaxed a bit during the battle and started to miss the boss's attacks. It really hurts. The Revenant Dragon's attack sometimes takes half your health. That is, 2 missed attacks and you can spend your entire health bar. Notice how often I use my 2 main skills, one after the other with almost no pauses. There is only a small pause when the skill recovers, but it recovers very quickly. These skills don't do the most damage to Revenant Dragon, but they allow you to restore your own health. You've already noticed that I didn't use health banks or the Emmerich skill. I recovered all the damage from the Revenant Dragon using my build. During the battle with the Revenant Dragon, it has weaknesses that are highlighted in purple. Accordingly, if you hit it with your punch, it does much more damage, but I did not focus on this. My main task is to dodge Revenant Dragon attacks whenever possible, when my skills are recovering, and use my skills when they are ready. It is very important to note that my first skill takes a few seconds to perform. This is when the character draws health from the Revenant Dragon. During this action, the character is absolutely invulnerable to any attacks from the Revenant Dragon. It's unrealistically cool and makes the battle as easy as possible. In some cases, Revenant Dragon uses magic that darkens the space around it. I've already seen such magic in Dragon Age Veilguard. During this blackout, your companions do not help you, and you are left alone with the Revenant Dragon. The peculiarity of my Dragon Age Revenant strategy is to rely on an unrealistically cool build, not on the skills of my companions. That's why this feature of the boss doesn't scare me. It doesn't change the battle tactics at all. You need to constantly use your 2 skills and avoid the boss's attacks whenever possible. You need to move and be very mobile. The most enjoyable moment is when the Revenant Dragon falls on its side and you see its weak part on its stomach highlighted in purple. This is where I try to deliver the simplest possible blows. The strategy is to land as many punches as possible. Simple strikes are fast, and as a result, the Revenant Dragon receives a solid portion of damage. As soon as the boss rises, I continue to use skills, one after another. It protects me, restores my health, and deals damage to the enemy. It is worth saying that the health scale in Revenant Dragon is quite large, and the battle drags on for a long time. The boss changed his magic element and set me on fire. It's unpleasant to watch a character burn, but it doesn't cause any problems. I still regenerate my health with damage. My build returns part of my damage to me as health. When Revenant Dragon spits fire, you have to jump away in time. It does this 3 times. Its damage from these attacks is quite significant. I played the game on medium difficulty, but even on the maximum difficulty, I think my build will be a lifesaver in any battle. The moment when I almost lost this battle is approaching. I relaxed again. It seemed to me that the battle with Revenant Dragon was going according to my plan, and I almost paid for it. A few missed attacks, an unsuccessful dodge, and then a swift Revenant Dragon attack from the air, and I had almost 0 health. This was the first time in the entire battle that I used a jar to replenish my health. In my defense, I can say that the boss already had less than half his health left, so I felt that I could handle him. But this critical moment could have broken the whole match. Therefore, I emphasize once again that despite my most effective build, you need to keep your finger on the pulse and be ready to react to the events that take place in the battle. But fortunately for me, everything ended well. I replenished my health and continued to play Revenant Dragon. I really hope that the developers will not close the combination of my build for players who will play in the future. I think it's incredible. I remember how I fought boss battles at the beginning of the game and how I do it with this build. Then I was as attentive as possible and allowed such situations in the fight. Although the end of the fight is already quite close, it seems to me that Revenant Dragon already realizes that he cannot win this battle. Another eclipse is completed. I immediately use a combo attack with the help of my companion. I also always use an ult when it has time to charge, but often Revenant Dragon manages to move to a safe distance. That's why only 2 skills showed maximum effectiveness in battle, which I used one after the other. I suggest you enjoy once again how quickly my skills recover and how dismissive I am of Revenant Dragon's attacks, allowing myself to let the laser damage from its mouth pass. The fact is that I already realize that this damage will not destroy me. I will do enough damage to recover. Revenant Dragon has less and less health, and I already realize that I have one. Is approaching. It turned out quite epic. Revenant Dragon fell on his side again. Apparently he fainted from the power of my build. At this time, I'm doing maximum damage to its weakened stomach. The Revenant Dragon has very little health left. It tries to escape, but it fails. It feels good to see a healthy dragon fall to the ground. You realize that you are stronger than this powerful creature. With that, thank you for watching. You can also go to the next video and watch it next. I wish you great victories, and not only over dragons. And if you liked my video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and like it. I'll be waiting for your reaction.